And today on Showbiz India, it is indeed a pleasure to welcome Mr. Navneet Chugh, Managing Partner of Chugh LLP. Thank you so much for taking the time out and being with us here on Showbiz India.
Thank you so much. My pleasure. Thank you for bringing India into our homes every week.
Oh, that's my pleasure. And in fact, Navneet, that is one of the reasons I wanted you on our show to talk to our viewers. I attended one of your web series and I found it extremely helpful, and I would love to pass this information on to my audience here, who I'm sure can benefit of the many nuggets of wisdom that you can share with us. Let's start with small business loans first. I'm a small business owner. It's been very frustrating, in the least for me, to try and get a loan. I bank with Wells Fargo, finally got my application in, and then I get a notification today saying, well, we'll see. I think the government's ran out of money, but maybe we'll get more money to get funded. So how would you suggest people navigate through this whole SBA loan process?
Yeah, it's been a bit frustrating, but we shouldn't give up. The government's also run out of money from the first program, but they will put in more money. Basically, there's loans, 4 types of loans: economic injury loans, loans for medium-sized businesses, and loans for large businesses. But the most important loan is the PPP loan, which is the Paycheck Protection Program. The government is saying, please don't fire your employees and don't put them out on the street so that they will lose their health insurance as well. So keep them. We will pay their payroll for 2 months, as long as their payroll is under 100,000. If it's over 100, that doesn't count. And we'll pay their payroll for 2 months and their health insurance and retirement benefits.
So if you furlough a business and then apply for it, then it's okay to get those same employees back on your payroll?
Yes, the government is saying till June 30th, if you can hire them back and spend the money on payroll, we will pay it. We'll give you a loan and we'll look at it 6 months from now. And if you use the money for payroll, we will forgive the loan.
And what other types of small business loans can businesses take advantage of?
Yeah, and so even though you had a problem and many others are having issues, but just in 2 weeks, we've helped almost 1,000 businesses and we've got loans of about $250 million. One of these loans happened within 5 hours. So there is some good news as well. Besides that, there is an economic injury loan that the government is giving at 3.75% for 30 years, up to a maximum of $2 million. If you have a bigger business, then they're willing to give you a loan of up to $25 million. Medium-sized businesses can get a lot of money as well at 2% and beautiful repayment terms. You don't have to make a payment for 1 year. And after that, either 30 years or 5 years or 4 years.
So define a big business, medium business, and small business. What are the categories?
A good question. Small businesses under 500 people. There's 33.8 million businesses in the United States. 30 million of them are under 500. And even if 80% of them apply, I believe everyone should apply. But even if 80% of them apply, there's 24 million businesses that are going to apply. So far, a couple of million have applied, and that's what's causing the delay. But everybody will get their money. And medium-sized businesses are between 500 to 10,000 employees, and large businesses are over 10,000 employees.
That sounds great. So, and thank you again. You did help me with my application, and that did tremendously help because some of those calculations can get very complicated. Then what are the other benefits that, if we don't have a small business, citizens or even green card holders can take advantage of that the government is offering for this crisis?
Very quickly, everybody should be getting $1,200 if they're making under $75,000. If they made under $75,000 last year. The tax deadlines have been extended. People can pull money out of their retirement benefits up to $100,000 without penalties. Massive unemployment benefits right now. Besides what the state government gives for 6 months, the federal government is going to give for another 13 weeks. Plus, they're going to give another $600 a week, $2,600 a month for 4 months. And almost everybody can get a small business. Everybody can get up to 12 weeks sick leave if they've had the virus or they're taking care of someone who has the virus or they have a child at home because the schools are closed, and the government will help pay the business, pay the employee. In addition to that, for businesses, there's a few other things. Uh, People can get out of contracts right now because of force majeure and frustration of purpose. People should look at their insurance policies to see if they have coverage. And every business that is big and doesn't qualify for the PPP loan can get $5,000 per employee if they don't fire that employee. And that employee is being paid, but they're unable to work for a variety of reasons. And finally, every business that doesn't get the PPP loan does not have to pay their payroll taxes this year. They can pay half of it next year and half of it in 2022.
Well, that's a lot of information, and it really does sound like the government is really out there to help us. How complicated are these processes?
The only complication is because all of this happened very quickly, and every day the Department of Treasury is issuing new regulations and fixing things. So that's one good thing about this country. The government ultimately does listen to people, and the government's changed a few things already, made it beneficial largely. And it's not that complicated. I would say just don't give up and keep at it and seek help if you need. In addition to all of this, cities, counties, and states have their own programs to help people. So there's a lot out there.
Your firm, you have many different programs and many different people who are qualified in different realms, so they can help for any of these things if people wanted the extra help?
Yes, Reshma. I think the government has laid out many programs, and I tell all my clients, get aggressive. We're not doing anything wrong in claiming what's due to us, and we should take advantage of everything possible. It's a big virus impact, and this impact was here to stay. But I do have some positive good news. The world's been through a lot. We went through Black Death and Spanish flu that killed more people in India than any other country and should have actually been named the Indian flu. We've been through World War I and World War II and lost millions and millions. And I have a sign on my desk that says TTSP, this too shall pass. We will be fine.
On that very positive note, thank you so much, Navneet, for being on Showbiz India. And we look forward to speaking to you soon. And thank you for helping and doing the good work that you always do.
Same to you, Reshma. Keep up the good work.